What up, Jippers? LPlay's back once again for another No Man's Sky video because the Abyss update has dropped and we do have the full detailed patch notes, which of course, as is the tradition, I need to dive into. Get it? Get it? And take a look at. I am so blown away by this freaking update. I've just watched the trailer. I did my reaction video of me watching the trailer for the first time. It looks incredible. There's so much more stuff in this update than I could have dreamed of. I didn't think it was going to be this big. I knew it was going to be big. I knew it was going to be awesome. But I did not expect all of this stuff. And the patch notes are just freaking insane. So let's jump into all of the details from No Man's Sky version 1.7, The Abyss. Man, it looks so good. It says, explore the terrors of the deep in the Abyss update, introducing aquatic environments with over 5 times more variety, varied creature behaviors, improved underwater visuals, and much more. Variation is something that we've been asking for ages, and this update has delivered it by the bucket load. So that straight away off the bat is amazing. The art and stuff, some of the screenshots and pictures that they've chosen for this patch notes, it's just getting me so hyped, and I haven't even had a chance to delve in and play it yet. Creatures of the deep. Underwater creatures have become more frequent and more interesting. Aquatic life inhabits the full depth of the ocean, and unique, terrifying creatures can be encountered on the ocean floor. We've got all kinds of stuff now. I've seen a bit of gameplay footage. I've seen the trailer. There are loads of new predators in the oceans. There are weird new resources. And then weird new like plant things that attack you. Abyssal horrors. All kinds of new flora and fauna to discover in the oceans of the game, which is just so exciting. And if they can do that, it makes me think they can continue adding to this more and more with future updates. So this is definitely very exciting for me right now. Exploring the seabed can be lucrative, yielding crystallized sulfur, living pearls, or hadal cores, but avoid the territorial creatures that lurk there. Poisonous jellyfish, snapping clams, predator fish rumored to be larger than starships, and beware the abyssal horror. So this freaking giant eyeball worm thing that looks absolutely terrifying is an abyssal horror. They're a new type of enemy, I guess similar sort of thing to what we have with the xenomorphs, the freaking biological horrors that we see on land. We've got a similar kind of scary enemy under the oceans, but this bit here has me so hyped. Predator fish rumored to be larger than starships. It sounds like, I haven't seen them yet, but I have been hearing murmurings on Twitter and stuff. It sounds like we can get some truly massive freaking fishies down there now. And I cannot wait to actually explore and find out what the new like max size is. Because that is always cool to see. Huge creatures. If we can get like big creatures like actual whales now, that would be insane. I don't know, but it sounds like definitely at the least we're getting bigger stuff, so that is exciting. Aquatic missions, this sounds really cool as well. There's a new storyline. I think this is quite a small mini story kind of thing for the update. It's not like a huge Atlas lore major quest line, but it is like a side narrative, a little darker story taking place in the depths surrounding this troubled crew. It sounds cool, it sounds spooky, it's a nice little side tidbit to go along with the update, a nice bit of lore alongside it, and I think that's really cool, and hopefully they're just going to keep adding more little missions, more little quest lines, more little cool things like this as we see more and more updates in the future. So all of this so far, like there's nothing in here that I'm not excited about. It all sounds so cool. The underwater freaking wrecks, like crashed freighters underneath the oceans that you can actually swim around in. That is just going to feel so eerie and so spooky. I'm hyped. I'm so hyped right now. Look at all these pictures. It looks so freaking cool. Sunken wrecks. Oh, this is another one as well. Submerged buildings. You can actually go and explore these like submerged, ruined buildings underneath the oceans now and find treasure and stuff. That is crazy. And of course, we haven't got there yet, but we've got the Nautilon, the little submarine there in the picture that we can use for ocean exploration. And that is something we have needed so bad. And now, of course, they've made the oceans much deeper and better as well. So having a submarine is going to make it just 10 times better than ever before. Discover and scavenge lost cargo from gigantic freighter wrecks. Use the terrain manipulator to excavate treasures buried in the nearby ocean floor. So we've got like genuine treasure hunting now. It's going to make me feel like a pirate. Just running around in my little submarine looking for gold in the depths. Find and repair crashed starships to restore them from the seabed to the skies. Now that's pretty cool too. There's going to be like underwater crash ships. There's going to be some really cool things to find just walking around. Like finding this treasure, finding these cool ships. I'm hoping we might get some new ship types maybe. I don't know. It doesn't mention that. But like some different kinds of ships that have crashed under the ocean or something. That would be crazy. The diving helmet. This is just like a really cool, authentic, like old-fashioned diving helmet. It looks so perfect for this kind of game. It goes so well with the little traveler suits. And I think my little Gek hero might be wearing one of these pretty soon. And of course, some of the really exciting stuff. New underwater freaking biomes. A titled update this soon after next, and it's not just small little tiny things. We've got big stuff in here. New underwater biome types, host of visual improvements, more variety, better visual quality, rare exotic aquatic biomes as we explore the depths. There's a picture here of what looks like some crazy weird underwater rock structure, or maybe even like bone or something. It sounds like there's going to be a whole load of these weird underwater biomes to find, their own little types of area, like their own varied little places to find under the sea as well as on land. So that, I mean, all of this is just going to make exploration so much better, especially underwater exploration, which is already one of my favorite things in the game now before any of this stuff. So yeah, all of this is super cool. The Nautilon in all of its glory, this cool little one-person submarine. This is exactly what I've been asking for so freaking long. And honestly, it's really hard. Like, whenever they drop one of these updates, it's so hard for me to not think they've done this just for me. You know, like, every time they give us everything I could ever want, they just put it all in there. It's the only game I've ever played where it just feels like the people making it know exactly what you want and they're just giving it to you all of the time. A cool little one-person sub. I can now get in there, explore the oceans, explore the underwater caves to my heart's content without worrying about drowning. And I'm going to have so much fun doing that. I already know it's going to be like one of the things I spend most of my time doing. Underwater in real life and in any game I've ever played that lets you do it is just such a cool thing to explore. I could spend hours down in the ocean, and I'm gonna in this little baby. You can upgrade the submarine too, so there's gonna be a whole load of new like tech and stuff to customize it with, so that's all pretty exciting. I haven't seen too much about that yet. I am interested to see like what weird tech you can get for the submarine. Is it gonna be the basic stuff that we've got on all the other vehicles, just the mining gear, or will there be like some unique underwater specific things that we can add to it? I don't know how that's going to play out, but it sounds pretty freaking cool. We've got a ton of new base parts for underwater bases. Some of these look really freaking cool. There's like a weird hollow pad thing that they showed in the trailer that you put inside your little biodome building thing, and you just like run up to it and instantly like phase through into the water and then swim back into the base. It's just so cool. Loads of cool stuff here. One of the ones that had me most excited was the freaking aquarium. We can have a little fish tank, a little aquarium, a little like holographic aquarium in our bases now. That is so cool. And I'm thinking like if they're doing that for the underwater stuff, maybe at some point in the future, one of the things that's always sounded far-fetched that people talk about could actually happen, and that's having enclosures or like hollow bays where you display some of your favorite creatures that you found in the game. If they're doing something similar with this little fish aquarium, maybe one day we'll have little tanks that we can upload a creature scan, one of our favorite creatures, a Diplo that we found or something, upload it into one of these little modules and have that walking around in this little like tank thing. Just as a hologram, like showing some of the creatures walking around or something. Almost like a little pet that you can have in your base. I don't know, I'm getting like way far ahead into the future, but I mean, it's possible, right? Now that we're seeing stuff like this, nothing would surprise me at this point. The swimming controls have apparently been drastically improved. I've been seeing some gameplay of this, just Jared was playing it. It looks super slick, super smooth. You can move around faster, easier. You can actually use the jetpack to boost underwater as well, which is huge. Underwater travel has always been really slow and tedious, and despite that, I've still loved it, but I've always been wanting to actually move around easier in the water. And they get that, and they've added it with this update. So that is another small thing that doesn't sound super exciting, but it's going to make such a big difference when you're actually playing and swimming around. So yeah, that is definitely one of the ones that I'm really excited about. We've also got these new underwater emotes, so we can do little like scuba diver emotes to each other as we're swimming around, which is pretty freaking cool. Loads of new substances as well. So these new weird goods and resources that you can only get in the oceans that haven't ever been in the game before. It'll be exciting to see what some of those do. Some of these sound cool, like these Hadal cores or these trident keys. Like, what do they unlock? What do they do? Are they just for like little treasure chests, like the artifact things that we find buried under ruins on land? Is there going to be anything here that does something really cool that we don't know about yet? I don't know, but it all looks cool, and more stuff to find, more stuff to actually go and uncover as you explore is always exciting. I love what they did with the artifacts and the ruins, so if it's similar to that, it's going to be so good. And this one really surprised me. They've added a vehicle shop to accommodate the recent addition of the Pilgrim Exocraft motorbike, the Nautilon submarine, and the extensive reworking of vehicle technology and upgrades. A new merchant has set up shop in Space Station, so I'm interested to see how this is going to work. Like, do we buy Exocraft here, or do we still have to build them now? I don't really know, but I'm excited to find out. And we also know there's going to be another Exocraft coming soon that hasn't been added yet. So we could even be seeing more updates like this on this sort of scale pretty quickly again in the future, which is, yeah, they're absolutely killing it with all of this stuff. I don't know how they're doing this. Another update this good and this big so soon after next is not what anyone was expecting, but damn am I pleased about it. We've also got freighter and frigate enhancements, so in addition to the underwater focus of the Abyss, freighters and frigates have also been enhanced. Both types can now be scanned using the analysis visor, and you can repair your friend's frigates in multiplayer. That sounds pretty cool. I'm interested to see how that will work. I can't wait to break Jared's frigate and then be like, it's fine, I'll fix it, and then just totally not fix it. But yeah, all of that sounds fun, and this idea of seeing crashed freighters under the ocean is a thing now as well. Like, I don't know if that's mentioned in this patch notes specifically, but I think that's what the wrecks are alluding to, but I've seen some footage of like full-scale crashed freighters underneath the ocean where you can actually swim inside them and swim around, and it just looks mind-blowing. It's hard to explain because it looks just like they do on land, but 100 times creepier and cooler because it's under the ocean. So yeah, cannot wait to get in and explore some of that stuff. And then of course at the bottom here we've just got the long list of patch notes, so I'll just skim through some of these, not all of them, a lot of them are the fixes and stuff, but we'll go through the main ones. We've got increased diversity to the biomes underwater, which is huge. Improved character movement, improved surface swimming. You can now use your torch underwater. Better cameras underneath the ocean. Better camera behavior when going up to the surface of the ocean. Jetpack underwater. More chance of oxygen spawning resources underwater so you can swim under there for longer. Better depths at which underwater buildings can spawn. Prevented drones from spawning underwater and following you deep underwater. Added the underwater emotes, improved character swimming audio, prop placement, terrain editing, colours of the water surface and underwater effects, foam effects, water visuals at night, and removed the pixelated edges that you sometimes see at the shores. So all of this sounds awesome. Fish and underwater creatures, improved detection of whether the player is inside a building while underwater, better general fish behavior, increased spawn rate, improved predatory fish movement and behavior. That's pretty big. So the animal behavior for creatures underwater, the animations look a lot crisper and a lot smoother now. I've only seen a little bit of this in footage so far and it looks really good. Similar to like how Next really improved the creature AI. Same sort of thing for the fish now, and that kind of stuff makes such a big difference to actually making it feel immersive and cool when you're swimming around. So yeah, all of this just crazy good. They added jellyfish, clams, crabs, and abyssal horrors. Crabs! They're like, new creatures is something we've wanted for so long. They're chucking them in at us now, and we're probably going to get a load more with future updates too. All of this just has me so hyped right now. Everything on here is just so good. So freaking good. Loads of improvements to UI and base building and stuff as well. Freighters, ships and space and flight and issues, fixes. All that kind of stuff that we normally see with the patch notes. I'll put the link to this so you can read through it all carefully if you want to know every little tiny fix and detail that they've added with the patch. But the big stuff there, I mean, the submarine, all of this crazy underwater stuff, the new creatures, the new lore. I mean, this is a major update, a big title, major update, and it's massive, and it was this quick. Like, I just, yeah, the thinking about where this game is going to end up just has my mind spinning, and as always, it's just a really good time to be a No Man's Sky fan. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that one. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like and a comment. I will put the link to this in the description and the pinned comment, so make sure you go and check that out, and of course, I will be playing this as soon as I can, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm probably going to freak out when I see any of these creatures, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy exploring the beautiful new oceans. So yeah, take care guys, and peace. Just want to give a very big thank you to every single one of my current Patreon supporters. Anarchy, Dale from the Atlas Hub, Vogear, David D, Dead D Reza, Forgotten Stoner, Heath, Husband Vader, Ixo, Joanne Zay, Johnny, Good Handed, Lukash M, Mac for a Day, Madeline J, Malin Dog, Mark F, Amras, Neil B, NTB, Ongrad, Autumn Long, Paul Lawson, Rasmus K, Legion 245, Shiraka Majelli, Samwise Gekji, The Golden Gek, The Portrait Dude, Todd C, Todd H, Ty the Blazer, Vanilla, and Wyo. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.